Hey guys, how's it going? It's Evil Dead Fan 1990. This video is for my YouTube friend Topper Cat. Check him out. His videos, his DVDs, DVD reviews type show. It's pretty cool. Just check him out. Pretty awesome. Well, he talked about this in one of his videos in his DVD collection of Hannibal Lecter, and it's called Manhunter. This is technically the first movie. Some people don't know very much of this movie, but this is a pretty awesome, a psychological mystery thriller type thing. It's not necessarily a horror. It's, like I said, it's more like a crime thriller. But yeah, this is outstanding. This is the first one before Silence of the Lambs came out. This was made in 1986, I believe. Directed by Michael Mann, and this one is definitely based off the novel Red Dragon by Thomas Harris, of course. Hannibal Lecter in this was played by relatively small but important role, played by Brian Cox. Most people don't really know much of him. He's played in that movie Zodiac and The Rainer. He's playing in a lot of things, but this one is a pretty interesting movie. But I kind of like Red Dragon a little better. I like Red Dragon more for the more faithful adaptation of the novel. But yet I still like this one. This one was pretty good. It was just the performance was awesome in this, and that's all I can say. This one was a pretty cool movie. I would check it out if you could find it anywhere. Like, you could buy this online on Amazon for sometimes $8 or $10. I got this one for $8. It was sold used, but it plays very well though. It plays like brand new, so it was worth the deal I got for this. And yeah, I know I ramble on and on because I don't want to give anything away, but this one is a pretty good movie. I would check it out if I were you. Okay, and here's my other DVDs of Hannibal, the Cannibal Lecter. Now, one of them is a 2-pack, so there's not really much for cover art, but I'll tell you about them anyway. Well, the first Hannibal Lecter, the first Anthony Hopkins appearance, is from, of course, Silence of the Lambs, which, yet again, outstanding crime thriller. It becomes, horror when Hannibal, eventually breaks out of that cell and just goes crazy. This one is a really good, Silence of the Lambs is a really good, psychological thriller. Ted, what's his name? Ted Levy in this, who plays Buffalo Bill, does an outstanding job playing the psycho in this. He does. He's just amazing. Anthony Hopkins, just perfect. And Jodie Foster, very great job from them. Silence of the Lambs, it's just, an awesome, piece of crime, horror, thriller, horror thing. I said horror twice, but this is a pretty awesome movie. Now, most people think less of this movie, which is Hannibal, which to them thought wasn't really a good follow-up, but I thought it was pretty decent. It just kind of got a little sillier and lost some of its touch. And I have to agree with Topper Cat in his last video that the only sense you got out of this, out of Hannibal, is the fact that the character can kill, whenever he likes to, with almost immunity. I have to agree with him on that. That's like the sense you got from this, but yeah, there were some things I liked about it. It just kind of seemed a little more sillier than, the first one, but Hannibal is a decent follow-up. Now, Red Dragon is set before, the events in Silence of the Lambs. And this one, like I said, I like this one. This one was pretty good. It just, got the feeling back to it, but the Silence of the Lambs kind of feel back. And, Anthony Hopkins is always amazing. He makes these, and Edward Norton, outstanding as a character. Bill Graham, just, awesome, and I kind of like this over Manhunter because you get a little more backstory to it, a little more, in depth with most of the characters, and of course Anthony Hopkins, Hannibal Lecter, gets a little bit, a bigger role. He's not a whole. It's not all about him, but you get the idea. But still, I like Manhunter. Manhunter is pretty cool though. But this one is awesome. Oh, and not to mention the guy who plays the Tooth Fairy killer, later named the Red Dragon. That guy just does awesome. And this one is one I saw in theaters. And it didn't get as many good write-ups, and I know I mentioned this, like, who knows how much in my videos. Yeah, I think this is in, like, the top 4 best sequels and prequels. And, of course, the prequel I'm talking about is Hannibal Rising. The uncut edition. Well, not really unrated, not extra gore, but, more, exhibition. More explaining of the character, and... the guy who plays Hannibal in this, young Hannibal Lecter, is pretty believable. And there's not really that much, big actors in this, which, some people don't really like. But some people think it takes away from it, but I don't think so. I think, without big-time actors, then you just think, oh, you're going to see it for this actor. But no, with these new actors, they just did an amazing job in this. They were all awesome, and... This one was actually, the screenplay was written by